Yeah, I like this one. Yeah. What the feezy? 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 What the feezy?
What up, though, y'all? It's your boy Bill. Man, make sure you go check out my Bill Motivation page. I just dropped a new video on there earlier. I'm trying to monetize that page, and I need 4,000 watch hours. And follow me on Instagram. I'm in the dorm chilling with the white gangster named Joe Dirt. I told y'all about Joe Dirt in another video anyway, but if this your first time hearing of Joe Dirt, he's mid-20s, fresh out of Tennessee, only been in Georgia for as long as he's been locked up, basically. He was only in Georgia for like some weeks before he ended up getting locked up. Skinny white dude, we sitting in there chilling, smoking a Chris Brown CD. Now, Joe Dirt done came up. Now, something happened with his family or somebody got a settlement, whatever, however it happened. But he came up. He ended up getting some money. You know, he became like that guy. And he was just rocking with the people that was rocking with him from before he came up. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people trying to handle him or try him on the strength that he was white. And most of the people was our people. Like, one of my guys, they the only ones really trying a little slick stuff. But over time, you know, he shot a couple ones and proved himself. Joe Dirt was straight. We hear people screaming, "Sir coming up to shoot, new intake. Sir coming up to shoot, new intake." On the walk and coming up to shoot is totally different. Coming up to shoot means they coming straight to this dorm. So I got my phone on me. Joe Dirt got his phone on him. The room smell like Chris Brown. So, you know, we go to moving around, trying to get the room right. Joe Dirt run over there to the sink. He grabbed the bar of soap, the hand soap off the sink. He go to rubbing it on a rag with water and go to hurry up, wiping the walls down. I open the door wide open, turn on both of the fans, letting them blow out. We in my room. So the Chris Brown smell will blow out the room, and then the soap, you know, the soap will overtake that smell, and it'll start blowing out too. The Chris Brown will go in the air somewhere, but eventually the room will just smell like soap. So after he do that, he helped me out. He didn't even have to do that though. He run to his room, get right. I pulled the door back up, put my phone up, then opened it back up. The CERT come in there. They got like 3 new people with them. So, you know, I go lean on the rail like I always do. My roommate come out the room. My roommate wasn't even in the room at first. He came in there once they started screaming CERT about to shoot because he had to put his phone up too. So then he come out the room. I'm leaning on the rail. We just looking. I don't recognize now one of them guys. Now, you always going to have somebody that's going to approach the new people in the dorm and just figure out, first off the dribble, are you affiliated with anything? What gang are you affiliated with? And then if they are affiliated, they'll let the people know right then and there, hey, he with us or he with y'all, stuff like that. And then they'll help him get his stuff and get to his room or whatever. So one of my guys used to be down there all the time, a little dude named Six. He used to always go down there. He was one of the first ones at the door. So, you know, he go to saying little stuff to all 3 of them guys. But he only grabbed the property of one guy, like grabbed one of his net bags. He had like 3 net bags and a mat. So we knew then either one or 2 things. Either he one of our guys or he probably from the same city as bruh and he just looking out for him or something. So when they turned and started walking this way, bruh look at us. He was like, hey. And he pointed at dude. So that's how we knew. There's a few guys shoot down there to go holler at them, ask them what they need to be asking them or whatever. So they come. I don't move. I stay on the rail the whole time just to see if the CERT team up to something slick. But they dropped them off, and they asked us, like, these folks ain't got no issues. They ain't got no problems in here and there, right? And, you know, everybody was like, nah, we don't know them. They straight. So the CERT team left out, but I still didn't move. I was just posted up on the rail. Joe Dirt come walking back up the steps around the time the other guys did. So I assumed he went down there in the room with them and was like, you know, hollering at dude, saying who he is, what he got going on. So Joe Dirt come back up there in the room. When he come walking in, I pull the door up behind him. I'm like, what's up? What's up with him? He's like, he's official, folks, but damn it, my God. I was like, what? He was like, man, and his eyes got real big. He went to pulling his phone back out. So I know he had just stopped by his room to go get his phone. I'm like, what the hell wrong with it? You said he official, so what the issue is? What could the issue be? Man, he fucking stinks, G. He fucking stinks. I was like, he stinks? That man, hell yeah, man. All his fucking property stinks. I'm like, well, you know, we got a pretty good structure in here, and we, you know, be trying to be on top of the brothers about things that they need to do or that they need to get in order. So if we need to assist him in, you know, making sure that his hygiene is up to par, that's just what we'll do. It is what it is. I guess Joe Dirt told him, come holler at me or whatever, because, you know, he be having stuff. We're in the room talking probably for like another 10 minutes. Say, white boy Joe. White boy Joe. Say, white boy Joe. Now, I didn't recognize the voice, so I knew for a fact it had to be one of the new people that just came in there. So then somebody knocked on my door. Me and Joe Dirt weren't roommates, but over time, we just got cool, bro. He used to come to my room a lot. Sometimes I'd go to his room. But my roommate was cool as hell. His roommate was kind of retarded, so we were more so kicking in my room. Somebody knocked on the door. They already knew he was in there. I was like, yo. Somebody just in the door was like, say Joe Dirt, the new dude I heard calling your name. And Joe Dirt jumped up talking about, man, I thought I heard somebody saying, white boy Joe. Motherfucker think he's talking about. So he called dude up there to the room. Dude came in there. Joe Dirt talking about, what you say your name was again, folks? The dude was like, Savage. Bro, when he walked in my room and went to talking, I started smelling him immediately. So Joe Dirt went to tell him that his name is Joe Dirt and not White Boy Joe. Don't call me White Boy Joe, call me Joe Dirt. He like, oh, my bad, bro. I ain't remember exactly what you said. I got up, hit him up. I'm like, yeah, G, my name is C-Bill. He like, Savage, bro. Savage. I'm like, how old you is, folks? He like, man, I'm 24. I'm like, where you from? He said, I'm from Ohio, but in Georgia. I stay on the east side. I said, you from Ohio? He said, yeah. I said, boy, you right next to me. He said, where you from, G? I said, I'm from Detroit. He said, oh, man, that was suck, G. That was suck. It's crazy because I'm looking at his clothes. And I know we all wear the same outfit, but it's about how you wear it. His clothes look cocaine white, clean, bro. Creases in them, like, it looks straight. His boots look clean. But he stank real bad, you know what I'm saying? I was like, folks, you know, you got a little older, G, you might need to hit that water. So he was like, yeah, you know, I've been on the bus, bro. I ain't had time to take a shower. I'm finna go get right. But I knew that was cap because I done transferred 100 times. The only way you go into another camp stinking like that is if you've been stinking from the previous camp. That transfer ride is only a few hours, bro. It ain't 5 days where you just ain't showering, you know what I'm saying? So I knew then, you know, we're going to have to be on his ass about that hygiene. Joe Dirt let him use the phone, gave him some Chris Brown CD, gave him an Al Green CD. He called whoever he called. His folks sent like $10 to Joe Dirt cash. So Joe Dirt gave him a little something for it. That wasn't really nothing, bro, but everything counts on that side of the world. He left out the room. Soon he walks out the room, Joe Dirt said, shit. Talking about some damn Savage G, finna start calling his ass Smelly G. I'm like, bro, you was a fool, bro. Savage became a problem. He became a problem, bro. I think literally he'd gotten into it with probably every one of our guys in the dorm. It's always about something on the lines of he credits something and don't pay it back on time. Or he act like he forgot about something. Or somebody say he cheating at the poker table. Just, it was always something with Savage, bro. His man probably had got violated 3 times within the first 2 months of him being in the dorm. I think the reason he lasted in that dorm as long as he did was because it was a level 5 prison. It was so many life-threatening problems to the point where, you know, as long as you weren't creating a problem like that, then you kind of get spared in a sense, because it's like we dealing with too much to keep kicking our own up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I never cared about that. I feel like if you're a problem and you start making small problems, and we done got on your ass about this a few times and you still do it, I feel like get rid of them. Because one day, small is going to escalate to large, and he's going to be a very big problem one day. And, you know, it could be some regrets about not dealing with those smaller problems earlier. So that was always my input on it. So they called us one day, They said we having a meeting. I just know in the back of my mind, his ass finna get violated again. So they call him in the room. We get in there. The folks who was over the whole thing, he came into the dorm. The dude that used to run things, his name was Blackjack, but he was in the hole because he had too much going on. So the dude who was over the whole camp, he hadn't selected nobody else in the dorm yet to, you know, hold the position the dude named Blackjack used to hold. So he came into the dorm. And this is like the big folks. He come into the dorm. We're in the room probably about 13 deep. They came in there specifically about Savage. And they just told him, like, listen, folks, you do something else and make it a problem for us. It ain't no more he finna get violated, get his ass whooped. It ain't no more none of that. I'm finna put in and have your membership revoked. And then you gonna get busted with the candy bar. And then you gonna get sent to the box. And you ain't gonna never be able to come out. Savage had a life sentence. A young dude with a life sentence. The thing making so sad, he was telling us about it one day. He said he didn't even do it, bro. He was with somebody that spent the block, as people like to call it now. Dude died. They both got locked up. They both got life sentence. Savage didn't want to tell that he was not the one that pulled the trigger because he didn't want to be labeled as a snitch. So Savage like, he understands. He knows that he's problematic. After this, it's a lot of things that's not necessarily a problem, but it's a lot of different people coming up to us telling us little stuff about Savage. Like, yeah, bro, man, bro tried to be slick. Man, bro said this, bro. But it wasn't nothing where nobody wanted to fight him. You know, nothing like that. One day, a couple weeks later, they call Yard, call me and Joe Dirt go out there. It's me, Joe Dirt, probably like two of the other brothers. We just walking laps, but it's really like me and Joe Dirt walking this way. Damn camera. Anyway, we about this far apart. We not all like in one group. We just like two of us in the front, two of us in the back. We just busting laps. When they called Yard, Savage ran out talking about he going to medical. He was arguing with the officer to let him through the gate. They finally let him through the gate. So he going up there. He going to the medical area. And Joe Dirt said, man, look at this retarded motherfucker. Somebody called him Joe Dirt name in another dorm. So he eventually run over there to the gate. And he talking to somebody through the thing or whatever. So I just keep walking. So eventually, Joe Dirt catch back up with me. Like, what, you had to make a play or something, folks? And you know, he don't say nothing. I look over at him. He just like looking down, shaking his head. He looked back up at me. He said, man, we just need to put Stinky G's ass on the door. Put him on the door for what? Like, man, that motherfucker's the police. That motherfucker's the police. So I'm like, hold on now, Joe Dirt. Now, you know, that's hella accusations to be putting on somebody's name. Not talking about somebody the police. That's something that, you know, if you feel that way, if you think that way, that's something that you can keep in your mind. But just saying it out like that, you know, that could get you in some trouble. Now, just saying that about somebody. They're telling me that when he was over there talking to whoever he was talking to through the door, he seen Savage through the gate, like towards the front part of the compound, talking to a sergeant. This is a sergeant that's known for knocking people's stuff off. So I agree that is a bad look. But at the same time, you got to keep in mind, bro, that a lot of times it's the staff that assists inmates into getting stuff. A lot of times it's the staff that helps with a lot of things. So, in the beginning of my bid, I had that mindset, like, if he get caught talking to the police or he trying to tell on somebody. But as the years went by, bro, and it started getting sweet, and you got, hell no, that's just not what that means, bro. But some people, you know, they still look at it like that. But I just told Joe Dirt, like, hey, listen, don't go around spreading that. Don't go around saying that about folks. And, you know, you don't know that to be facts. If I was you, I would keep that between me and you. You know, I'm not going to pass it. You know, I'm not going to go repeat it nowhere. I would keep that between me and you. And then, you know, later on, if you get some concrete proof or whatever the case is, then, you know, you could do that. But besides that, don't do that, bro. One day, police come in the dorm, lock down, everybody lock down. They go straight to Savage room, take him out of handcuffs. So when we come out, we asking the officer, like, what the hell happened with folks? What the hell happened with folks? So, you know, they acting stupid, like they don't know. But see, one of the guys got one of the females, like, that's his girl, headlock. So we told him to ask her, and then she said Savage is caught on camera stealing something out the warden office. So we like, yeah, that's crazy for him. You know, everybody around the dorm called him stupid. I never called him stupid. I never said he was stupid. I just was like, that was crazy to do. You know they got cameras out there. How the hell did you even get up that close to the warden's office anyway when they got somebody who got to pop you in and out the door? They got somebody who securing that area at all times. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that. But, I mean, it's not impossible. Things like that have been done before. We out there on the yard again. I'm not out there, you know, in my earlier years, I'll go out there so-called myself working out or whatever. But at this point, it was just strictly just to go get some fresh air or whatever. They bring Savage out the hole. They bring him right back in our dorm. He come back in the dorm. I call him to the room ASAP. He come up there. When I went back in the dorm, I'm like, listen, G, you got a lot of time to do, bro. You don't want to be... This ain't the way you want to do it, bro. You don't want to do time to the point where you always caught up in something. Everybody looking at you like you going to have something going on. You in and out the hole. You want to do time. Kick back, laid back, getting money, being a player, keeping your clothes clean, keeping your hygiene up, stuff like that. And he went to tell me, folks, what you mean I got a long ass time? Who the hell told you I got a long ass time? I was like, well, you know when you first come through, them folks look you up. They say you got a long time. He said, folks, I don't know what the hell they talking about. They lying, they hating on me or whatever. He said, man, I got 6 months before I go home. I say, 6 months? He said, yeah. I say, shit, you right behind me then. I ain't got but a couple more months left. He said, yeah, man, it's over with the 6 months. He said, when I got locked up, they gave me a life sentence. But he said, man, I been went to court, been got that right. He said, I got a release date, mandatory release date, 6 months from now. I said, oh, folks, you good. He said, I said, you good then. I thought you had some real time to do. He said, hell no, I ain't got no damn time to do, man. He said, but hey, look, I might need your help with something, G. I'm like, what's up? He said, I can't really tell you how this just played out, but I really pulled that stunt on purpose, went to the hole on purpose. I was trying to see something with this dude who swear up and down he know me. He said, he don't know me though, bro. He swear up and down he know me from somewhere, and he from Ohio, some dude named Bling. So I just went along with it. So I really pulled a stunt on purpose to get to the hole, folks. He said, and I just was smoking every day back there. I was doing good, but he needed me to do something for him. And you know, I just got to play a role right now. So, man, everything finna be gravy in a minute. I'm finna go home with a check. I know of a dude that's in the hole named Bling. This dude was allegedly one of the people that created the Gap Gang. I told y'all what the Gap Gang meant before. GAP, it stands for gay and proud. So now I'm trying to figure out in my mind, why are you having dealings with Bling? Man is in the hole because allegedly, I don't know how true it is, but allegedly before I got to this prison, a war broke out between them and the gang. And he bust one of the dudes real bad up with the candy bar, pulled him in the room, locked the door, and violated him in a very worst way. In the worst way. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what was rumored. I'm not sure how sure it is. I'm not sure how true it is. So now I'm wondering if he been in the hole longer than I even got to this camp. But, you know, that's a story that you're going to hear. Like when you first get to the prison, you got to chop it up with somebody. They're going to tell you off the drip, you know that boy Bling? You heard about Bling? Because that's something that don't happen every day, but it do happen sometimes. So I had heard this man's name probably 10 different times from people just about the situation that happened. So I'm trying to figure out, Savage, how do you know Bling when he been in the hole? It's not like he been out walking the compound. How do you even know him? So then he go to telling me that they was in medical at the same time when he first got to the prison. Now that could be true because they do got to take them from there to medical and they could see each other and that like that. So I'm like, so what you mean you had to go do something and play a role? What did you have to go do? So he was like, man, I'm gonna just show you and explain it to you later on or whatever the case. Every day, Savage is finessing his way out this dorm, but he's coming back with something every time. Man, coming back, pocket full of Chris Brown, pocket full of Al Green. Came back one day with a phone and told me if I could give him $250, I could have it. You know how quick I sent that $250 and turned around and sold that for a rack? Now at this particular prison, you don't got a lot of those Gap members. I think at I think at Waycross on the actual compound, I think I only ran into about 2 of them, like real life. Only 2. And I didn't even know until somebody told me, like, yeah, you know, but they usually came from different camps. Like, I think it was started at, if I'm correct, I believe it was started at Valdosta State Prison. And then you got some prisons that ain't none of them. Then you got some prisons, it might be a lot of them. You got some prisons, it might be one of them. But most of the time, if you at a camp where it's only a handful of them, you would never know because they not going to never tell you because they know the oppositions is the majority, and they might do something to them just on the strength. So a lot of times they not going to say nothing. You're not even going to know about it. Just people over time, people like, yeah, you know he that, you know he that. So that's how I know it ain't about 2 of them on this whole compound. Man, one day, Joe Dirt coming there early in the morning. You know, I'm up already. I'm getting up I'm actually jumping off the bed. The door swing up. As soon as the door swing up and I snatched the candy bar off the bed, it was Joe Dirt. He was like, folks. I'm like, what the hell going on, Joe Dirt? He was like, folks, man, I just almost got my ass kicked. He moving all around like that. I'm like, what the hell you mean, G? It's early in the morning. So he telling me he just went out there to go make a play at another dorm. He said about 5 people pulled up on him, asking him, was he a part of this organization? And was he living in such and such dorm? So he told him, hell yeah, what's up? He said they all snatched out candy bars, surrounded him, and was like, if Savage don't come on with that stuff from Bling, man, we finna pop on y'all. Boy, it's finna go up. It's finna go way up. He said he took off running, broke past them, said they chased him down the walk, just chased him all the way up here to the dorm. I'm like, so where they at right now? He was like, folks, they were just out there in front of the dorm, folks. So, you know, I hurry up, throw my shoes on, bust out the room real quick. And I go to screaming loud. Man, it's like 5:30 in the morning. I go to screaming out loud. I ain't going to say it on here, but it's a certain noise I made to let, you know, my folks know, get your ass up right now and get out here. So when I did it, all kind of people go to busting out the room, busting out the door. Even people that wasn't even affiliated with where we were because they knew what that sound meant and they didn't know if it was an issue with their people. So all kind of people started busting out the room, busting through the doors, trying to see what the hell was going on. So when they started coming up, me and Joe Dirt and my roommate was all running down the steps. So they like, what's up? I'm like, man. So, you know, everybody came running to the big floor. So I run over there to the window, look out the window. You see about 5-6 people out there on the yard. These folks walking back and forth on the yard, got their hands all in their pants. So I asked Joe Dirt, I'm like, that's done? So he like, yeah. So, you know, I just get him it real fast, kind of tell them what Joe Dirt just saying. He be talking too damn slow for me. And we just all shot out there, bro. Officer in there don't give a damn. She ain't asked us no questions or nothing. So now we out this thing about 12 deep. Joe Dirt go out there talking about, yeah, motherfucker, I ain't by myself no more. I ain't by myself no more. They calm down. Now they ain't trying to, you feel me? Joe Dirt seemed like he was trying to take flight, but me and another dude went to pulling him back because, bro, it's like this. This how I am. And this is what I appreciate about some guys that, you know, I had to risk it all for that thought like this. If 5 people pull out candy bars on you and go to chasing you up the dorm, it's not a situation like, soon as we see them, we popping. No, we need to figure out why did they chase you up the dorm. Let's get to the root so we can try to fix it so this won't be an ongoing thing and then we don't even know why it's ongoing. I've always kind of thought like that, but especially considering I only had a few months left. I'm not trying to think stupid and just be jumping out there doing dumb shit. That's what we do. We go to talking to them, trying to figure out what exactly is going on, why. So allegedly, these people are Bling's hitmen. I don't believe all of them are, you know, with that type of stuff. I just think some of them are just certified shooters and they ain't got nothing else going on. And it's like they shoot for hire type situation. Bling had a little motion going on in the hole. So they tell us that one of Bling's brothers that left GD joined the Gap crew and he sent him to another dorm with like 3 cans of tobacco. And he was supposed to be dropping it off or doing something, whatever the case was. And then dude took himself to the hole. So it's like he running off with Bling stuff because now I'm in the hole with you. We're not roommates. And you know, you can't do nothing about it. I just did whatever I did with all your stuff, and I left the compound just to avoid a situation like this where somebody can try to hurt me. So it's like I just took that from you. So Bling understanding that Savage is allegedly one of my guys. This is who he tell his guys to come pull up on. But it's like, I think that was very foolish, bro, because it's like you got buku of these guys, of the guys I used to run with in every single dorm. And, you send a 5-man crew out. Now, I'm not saying 5 men can't go stupid on the whole dorm because they can. But I don't see 5 men smashing everybody affiliated with this at this camp. It's just not going to happen like that, bro. It's just not going to happen like that. Y'all asses is going to end up blister packed somewhere. It's not going to happen like that. So, we got no idea what's going on. So that's what we explained to them. We let them know, listen, we don't want no smoke with y'all. Let Bling know we'll investigate it and try to see what's going on. But at the same time, we can't have issues like this again, bro. Because if it's to a point where we're talking and we're trying to resolve it and it's not getting nowhere and y'all just feel like we're going to pop on one of your guys, then, we don't want to do that, but that's just what it'll have to be, bro. As simple as that. So they like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So they push off the yard. So we all go back in there trying to figure it out. We go to Savage room. He ain't in there. All his property was gone. So he pulled a stunt and left with all his stuff. He knew what he was doing. So it's a dude in the next building over there works in the hole. So, like 2 of them went over there later on that day and hollered at him and let him know, like, hey, when you go to work, get Savage this note. They just wrote him a note basically saying, hey, you need to come on up out that hole and straighten this business out. What is these folks talking about? You took this and this. They really was finna do Savage the worst way, but they didn't want to threaten him in a note. They wanted to make it seem like everything was cool. You just need to handle your business to finesse him and get him out the hole. But clearly Savage wasn't stupid. One day, a couple days later, I'm sitting there chilling. People go to call my name. Say C-Bill. Say C-Bill. So I go out there and I'm like, what's up? So they're like, somebody at the door for you. I see Joe Dirt walking past me. He said, man, I told this stupid motherfucker to give me the goddamn letter. But he says he can't put it in anybody else's hands but yours. Now, sometimes it go like that. If the person who works in the hole, he transfers stuff. So if I give him a letter and be like, hey, get this to C-Bill, don't let nobody else touch it, then he's going to make sure it gets in my hands without nobody else touching it. So I went to the door, old school dude was down there. He handed me a little letter, folded it up. It said C-Bill on it. I stick it in my pocket. I'm like, all right. I'm like, who this from, huh? He just, he's so chain gang. I ain't telling you a damn thing. If you don't know who name it is, so he just like that and just walked off. I went back to the room, opened it up. It was from Savage. And it said, bro, I just wanted to let you know I got respect for you. I got love for you. And that's why I brought myself to the hole. Because if it was any of them other folks, I wouldn't even gave a damn how they felt or whatever. But I just know that, for you having love and loyalty to this, it would affect you too. So that's why I went to the hole. He was like, bro, I hope y'all forgive me. He said, I'm not down with no damn gap. I just played a role and finesse Buddy like I was because I knew he asked me, he needed me to do something, and I just ran off with his 3 cans. He said, but I gave them to a certain person, and I told them to make sure they give it to either you or Joe Dirt. He said, I kept one of them. He was like, so you're going to have to pay him a little something for holding it down or whatever. He said, but man, I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. I lied to you when I told you I only had 6 months left. He said, in all actuality, I really do got life. And I've been fighting this for years and years and years and trying to see if I could work this and get my time back, but it's just not working. At this point, I'm officially giving up. I just wanted to smoke my back out all day one day before I just lay it down. Now, if you don't know what it means when a person say smoke my back out, they just saying smoke all day. So he just ran off on these folks, caused this big-ass friction. So I pulled Joe Dirt in the room. So now it's just me, Joe Dirt, and my roommate. And I let them read the letter. But Joe Dirt talking about, man, that's a wild motherfucker. I'm just saying, thank you, like, damn. I don't know, 'cause I want to write him back and let him know how wrong he is, regardless of the situation. But then it's like, bro, I don't know that feeling. I don't understand that feeling of knowing that these people told me life and you would never get out. And I've been fighting it for years and years and years. And then I finally accepted the reality that I never get out for real. You know what I'm saying? I just put the letter inside my box, bro. And I was like, man, I'm going to holler at him later on when I really think of what to say, what I'm going to say to him, whatever. They called the dude Bling. They said they let him know that Savage ain't rolling with us, and basically that ain't got nothing to do with us. And if you still feel as if it's an issue with us, then so be it. It just is what it is. Then we just gonna pop on site or whatever. Say Bling said say no more and hung up the phone. So it could go either way. He could leave it alone, or he could try to tell his dudes hop on one of them. You just never know. Joe Dirt asked me how do I feel about the tobacco that Savage said we can go get. I told him I didn't want no parts in it, even though that's a lot of tobacco. 2 cans, that is a whole lot of tobacco, and you can make a lot of money off of that. It's just that I know what you did was wrong. I have literally 2 or 3 months left, maybe 4, but I think more so on the 3 side, left of prison before my complete bid is over with. I don't want no parts and nothing you stole from somebody. No, it just come on you like that, whatever. Joe Dirt had his own motion going on, so he didn't give a damn no way. So he told me like he feel the same way. He don't care. So my roommate was like, man, just holler at dude for me and give it to me. So I told my roommate, I'm like, if you can finesse your way and get it and whatever, you can do that. But me, I'm not putting my face on it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want none of that. So like, I don't want my face on it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm not getting involved in that no type of way. So, say about 2 days later, bro, I finally built up the words to what I was going to say to Savage. I'm sitting there, it's early one morning, probably 8 o'clock that morning. I'm sitting in there, and I got a pen and paper, and I'm writing a letter on what I'm finna write Savage back. Next thing you know, emergency lockdown! Emergency lockdown! Police come around, and I got my phone out too, so I jump up. I'm looking, because sometimes you can tell based off what they doing if they finna try something funny. So when I look out there, they all standing in the middle of the floor. They just saying, emergency lockdown. But if they was finna try something funny, they probably would be running up to the doors. So I didn't panic. So, I step out. I'm like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? They're like, man, emergency lockdown. They not telling us nothing. And they got us locked down all day. So my guy who got the officer, the little female, who he be rocking with, while we locked down, he says, he scream out a little noise to get all of our attention. So everybody run to the door. We like, yo, what's up? So he was like, man, y'all know what we locked down for, folks? So old girl had to tell him on the phone. Now, I'm like, because I already know. In the back of my mind, my guys done went to war with some other guys in another dorm, and they trying to lock us down so it won't spread. And I know soon we come off lockdown, we finna have smoke with these guys in our dorm. And I'm just like, damn, bro. It seems like as I get closer and closer to going home, it's something more and more crazy happening, making me risk my freedom even more. That's what I'm assuming he's about to say. So everybody like, no, what's up? What's up? What happened? And brother man said, and that boy Savage hung himself in the hole, folks. So everybody like, no. Like, hell yeah, man. They said that boy Savage, so they found that boy in the room hanging. So I'm like, he's straight? Is he straight? Bro was like, man, over with. Shawty said, it's over with. So I'm just like, damn, bro. And people doing that, bro, in prison is like so common, bro. I don't think I could count on 2 hands and 2 feet how many times that happened while I was in there those 9 years. And you never really know what somebody going through mentally that makes them make certain decisions. You know what I'm saying? You just never really know how far another person is willing to take it. Like me, I might look at a situation and be like, all right, it is what it is. I just got to figure it out. But that exact same situation could stress somebody else out to the max, to the point they feel like, I can't take it. I can't deal with it no more. So, bro, I want everybody to be aware of that. And I don't want people to just, always look at people like, oh, they stupid, they being stupid, they doing this or that, or whatever, bro. Sometimes, like I say, stuff seems bigger to other people, or stuff bothers other people in different ways it may not bother us. And not even in prison. There's a lot of people out here on the streets, especially younger people, bro, that face situations that many of us have overcome. But they face situations, but it's more serious to them. And they're willing to take themselves out the game, bro. So anybody dealing with depression, too much stress, anything, bro, where it makes you feel like it's not worth it, or I'm wasting my time here, or I have no purpose here, or I will be at ease more if I just take myself out the game. I just want you to remember, bro, as long as you here, as long as you stand strong and going through it and trying to make it better, whether it's mental, no matter what it is, just know you at least you have the chance to live the life you want and to get better. Just feel fulfilled and to live the way you want. If you take yourself out the game, bro, you don't even got a chance. It's over with for you. And depending on what you believe, far as the Most High, doing that to yourself could have you somewhere 1,000,000 times worse than whatever you was going through here. So, if you deal with stuff, bro, depression, anything like that, bro, find somebody you trust, you can confide in, bro, just talk to them. Let it all out, spill it out, bro. Whatever bothering you, whatever got you feeling like taking your own life, talk to somebody about it, bro, before deciding to make a decision like that, because somebody maybe could help you. Maybe I can say something that could click in your mind and have you feeling like, damn, I was just tripping. He right about this or that. So I just wanted to let y'all know that, man. It's your boy Bill. I'm gone.